Hello everyone, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking and Create Red Deer. I'm Nadine, and I'm going to be creating live with you tonight. We're going to be working again with the Legendary Collection by Paige Evans at Pinkfresh Studio, and we are going to make a 12 by 12. I went into the store today, actually, and picked up some things, including the alpha that goes with the Legendary Collection, so maybe we can share that. So I grabbed two because I like to usually buy two if I'm buying thickers or letter stickers, so that they last me just a little bit longer. I do love this color, and I know I have the smaller version, but I figured I would use these two because it's a common color that I scrapbook with a lot. I am more of a cool tones kind of scrapbooker than the warm tones, so definitely could use some blues. So yeah, so I grabbed a couple of these. Aren't they pretty? They're puffy. So those are the alphas from the Legendary Collection with Paige Evans. So I picked those up at the shop. And what else did I get today? Oh, anytime I see say like putting on a store-wide sale is what I'm trying to say, I always try to go in and see what they have that are things that I know I need. So if I'm going to continue scrapbooking, I need a few things. I need adhesive, I need white cardstock, I need, you know, certain like those basics. So I did go through and I did find a few of those kinds of things. So I grabbed some white cardstock from Prism Studio. I haven't actually tried this brand, so I just grabbed one, but we'll see how it goes. And then I know I keep telling you that I've lost my large foam roll of double-sided dimensional adhesive, so I have that here. Anyways, I did find it when I went scrapbooking on the weekend. It was in fact packed away in my bag, which lives in my closet, and it's kind of hard to get out because I don't know about you guys, but my closet is a bit stuffed full. I should be embarrassed by that, but I'm not. It just is what it is. So yeah, here we go. Okay, I can see everybody now. Yay. So yeah, I did find it, so it was in there, but since I was at the store and there's a store-wide sale happening, I grabbed a couple more. So that's another one of those things, like adhesives. Do they have the adhesives that you regularly use? That's a good time to stock up, right? Because it's 25% off. So grabbed that. Hi, Ruth. Welcome. Thanks for coming tonight. Glad to see you here. Are you at Starbucks? Oh, Alana is here too. Hello, Alana. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so it is now a little after 6 o'clock, so we can maybe get started with our layout. It looks like the sun is coming in to join us in this little sunbeam, but that's okay. I like the sunshine. I'm going to take it. I'm just excited the sun is actually shining and I don't have to put on my fake lights, right? So, okay. I am going to just do a little recap of what we've already done. So this month of March, we've been working with the Legendary Collection by Paige Evans. Can you believe March is over and tomorrow is April? Cool. Springtime. Can be spring anytime here. I'm done with the snow. Okay, so I made 4 layouts so far, I believe. So I made this one last week, and it has the circles across the center. So I filled in some of those circles with photos and some with paper and embellishments, and then designed it that way. Instead of using a strip of paper, we did a row of circles, right? So really fun layout. After I turned the camera off, I don't know if you noticed in the photo that I posted, but I did do traced around the outside in a black pen for a little bit of a border. Oh, Ruth isn't at Starbucks. She's at home with the puppy. Aw, nice. That's exciting. And then I also, what else did I do after I turned off the camera? There was something else. Oh, I moved this heart because I wanted like the silver to be in a visual triangle. But I didn't notice those things until after I had taken a photo of the layout and then decided I wanted to change a couple of things. So those things are what I changed after I turned off the recording. So there's that. Then I did, this is the first one I did kind of off camera, but I got the idea or inspiration when I was sharing the collection for the first time. So loved this one. So the arrows all kind of point to this corner. I did turn the paper. I think originally the corner was on this side somewhere. And so I turned the paper. When I trimmed the edges off in order to get the 1/4 inch border around the outside, I used one of those trimmings under my photo to kind of anchor the layout, and giant title and a couple of those cut aparts and two of the chipboard pieces and a few of the enamel dots, and we have a layout. So that one came together super easy. I'm just noticing that there's no date on this, so I'll have to go fix that. This one, Life in the Yellow Lane, we did some paper tearing, some paper folding, and we put a piece of paper under our title to make it stand out better, and I really like how that turned out. I have another layout that I did at a crop that I wish I had done that with. I keep looking at it, but I'm not going to take it apart because it's, yeah, it's glued right down, so I'm just going to leave it. You like the black pen border, Alana? Thank you. Yeah, I was happy with it too. So there's that one. And then we have this one, which had the stripes across the top and the bottom, and the black background. So this was our multi-photo layout. We got 6 photos on one layout, and 2 of them are 4x6 photos. So you could also put paper or embellishments down here if you don't want all those photos on, right? And then this is our extra piece of paper. I don't know why my pack came with an extra, but I'm kind of trying to leave it out of my videos just because if somebody wanted to create along, they wouldn't have that paper with them. So this is what's left. We have our cover sheet, which I talked about last week, how Paige had shown on her, did anybody go check out her inspiration on her Facebook page? Paige Evans Happy Scrappy Place. She has been sharing a ton of legendary layouts from a class that she did. So I think that's like really, really kind of her to share those. And she just basically covered up that center line with photos and embellishments and stuff, and then used this as the background paper, which I think is really pretty and a really great way to get all of those colors and patterns into your layout, right? So kind of neat, kind of a good idea. I would probably personally use the white side of this paper because it's the same quality of cardstock as all of the other cardstocks. Okay, so I still have that. If you are using this paper, just a reminder to make sure you cut off that 1/2 inch, because if you leave it, it's not going to fit in your page protector, right? Because this is 12.5 inches long. So if I turn it this way, you can see that it sticks off the side here and has that, isn't quite tall enough this way because it's the same size as your paper with the branding strip on. Okay, so if you are using this one, make sure to cut that off. And then I still have a couple sheets that are full. So I have this one that's very geometric shape, busy. It has all the colors in it. And then it has this tone on tone orange on the back of the paper, so the B side, and it's kind of like a grid pattern-ish. It's really pretty. So there's that. And then we have this green geometric. It's got some kind of blue flowers in the center of some of the shapes. And then on the B side, we have this blue kind of star grid pattern. And I really like this one. I think this is going to be my background today. Okay, so I'm going to pull that one as my background, and I'll set the other one aside. Then we have some leftover papers. We have this big stripe piece. We have this long orange piece. What's on the back? The floral and the leaf pattern. We have the blue with some of the buildings on the back. We have the tone-on-tone green kind of grid pattern that I really like this one. I think I'm going to use this today. And then it has the cell phones on the back that we've been using as journaling blocks. Oh, Alana did go and check out Paige's Facebook page, and yeah, her pages really are amazing, right? I could not, I just don't have the patience maybe, or the time, I guess, to spend that many hours like stitching on a layout or folding paper. Like, she's very intricate, but I do love the way her things look, and I can create, and I have create the same kind of look from her by using paper shapes instead of doing the intricate folding or stitching. I also like my stitching stamp, as you all know. Cheat. And then I have a piece of this left over. It's that tone-on-tone grid, and then it's got the badges on the back, and then a few smaller bits and pieces. So there's that. Then we have our cut apart pieces. We have a lot of the badges left. We have a ton of the numbers left. We have a lot of florals left. And then I'm going to use these today, our little village. I'm going to build something with that today. And I have my photos for today, and it's going to be a grid layout. I'm putting my photos in a grid, and then I did print off my journaling. And so I wanted to show this as well. So I printed off my journaling in such a way that it's fitting on two of these partial cell phone pieces. So remember, they had like stuff on them underneath, right? But the way I printed I made my text box so that would fit to cover up that part, because I want to put this sideways and tuck it in. So this is how my journaling is going to go. Okay. So it's going to have two journaling blocks, one on top of the other. It has those colors from the collection, but it's so it's coordinating, but it doesn't look like a cell phone anymore. It just looks like a journaling block. Okay. So we have that. I'm just going to set these aside. I'm not going to use those alphas. I still want to go ahead and tackle my pre-made titles from the chipboard pieces. And we still have quite a few on there. We also still have quite a bit of the enamel shapes. Okay, so we're going to use those. And let's just get started. So first thing I want to do is to cut off my branding strip from my 12 by 12 background paper. All right, so while I'm creating, we'll talk more about where I'm taking my live streaming, because with the store closing, I won't be showing up on the store page live anymore. I'm going to be, I think I'm going to take it over to YouTube, and I'll tell you why I decided that. For a couple of reasons. One, I am struggling with the Facebook Meta business part. It's not loving. Oh, Alana ordered a stitching stamp. Yay! I love it. Yes, you will love it. I promise. So I struggle with this paper, by the way, is called On Repeat. So I struggle a little bit with that Meta business suite where you have to go into to go live. It doesn't always work the way I expect it to, and I find the way that it works a little bit frustrating. So I know YouTube better. I'm going to stick to YouTube. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the links to the YouTube live stream on my Facebook page, so you can pop over there. If you go to Facebook and you find it, you link over there. Now, the thing that you need to know about live stream YouTube is that you can only comment if you have a YouTube account. Doesn't mean you have to post things to YouTube. You just have to open an account. So if there's no username attached to your login, like, you can watch it for free. You don't have to buy into the YouTubes or whatever. But it's not, you don't have the ability to comment unless you have an account. That doesn't mean you have to pay for a membership or a subscription or anything like that. It's just a free account in order to comment, okay? They do prompt you to buy, of course, the, what's it called? Subscription, where you can listen without being interrupted, no ads, all of that kind of stuff. It's entirely up to you if you decide to do that. But I just wanted you to know that you do have to have to open an account in order to comment over there. And yeah, so that was the decision that I made. Also, I don't have to edit or do anything with the videos. If I do them live on YouTube, they stay there, whereas on Facebook they delete them. So I have to take them down, put them on my computer, put them into a different software, turn them into the proper program, and then upload them into YouTube's. So I'm going to eliminate that step for myself. Simpler is better, right? So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So I kind of want, this is kind of my idea, is I want this piece to be my little grid for my photos. And I want to build a little like village down here, because my photos are all about Avonlea Village. If anybody else is a Anne of Green Gables fan, a few years ago, my husband and I went over to the East Coast, and one of the things we did was spend a day looking at all of the things L.M. Montgomery. And my favorite story by L.M. Montgomery is actually Story Girl. But I have a deep and well-rooted love for Anne of Green Gables that goes way back to my childhood. She's nostalgic for me. So we went, and one of the places we went was in Cavendish. They have this little tourist attraction. Some people might call it a tourist trap, but I don't call them that. I love touristy stuff. So, and we went. Now I'm just going to lay out my photos in a way that looks pleasing to me, and then I'll glue them down once I decide how I want them to go. Okay. So I think I have, yeah, I have 2 2x4s, and the rest are 2x2. Anyway, so we went to this little village. So I thought that'd be a really cute layout to have all of these little like shops along the bottom as like a border, right? But it could be for anything, anytime you like, if you're an urban traveler at all and you go to other cities, road trips, downtown of your own town, your street, these little houses would be perfect for that. So what else do I have? I kind of want this one at the top because it says welcome, right? And I just kind of want to alternate like the close-up, like it's not that it's close-up, but it's like a picture of a whole building as opposed to like the street. But I wanted to get both vibes in there, so like we were on the street, in the village, and also the buildings were really cool. So like, so what I'm trying to not do is to have like all of the street photos together. I want to mix it up. It's more interesting that way. It makes your eye look around for different things. Okay, so I think this looks good. I think I'm just going to do it like that. So I'm going to scooch this off of here and just work on this piece of my layout for now. And I think I'm going to grab a ruler. There it is. So I'm just going to use this because this will help me keep things straight. My T-square won't work because the little space that I won't line up necessarily. Whereas I can put this on here and it will help me keep my photos lined up, but also like give me even spacing. So it's not much space because I just wanted to use a scrap that already existed. I didn't want to measure, so there we go. So yeah, we're going to take this show on the road. We're going to head over to YouTube. We're going to continue Tuesday live. I hope you guys will join me over there. I think it'll be fun. And it'll be the same. If you don't catch me live and you want to watch in the future, you absolutely can. I hope that you still feel like you can comment. And over there, they have those weird algorithm things, right? So the more people that like my photo, not my photo, the more people that hit like on the video, the more people that subscribe to my channel, the more easy it is for like-minded crafters to find me on YouTube. So it doesn't cost you anything to hit that like button, and it doesn't cost you anything to comment. Those also make me more noticeable. Subscribe to my channel. If you get bored of me, you can always unsubscribe. I won't take offense. You wouldn't be the first. Sorry, my throat's a little bit dry today. Okay, so I am just seeing where that's at. So it's like maybe 1/8 of an inch up from the bottom. And then what if my numbers are upside down, so it's messing with my head. Okay, doesn't have to even be like an even number, whatever, centered number. I just want it to be kind of the same on both sides. There we go. So that would put this in the middle. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to grab my adhesive. So ATG is my favorite. I'm so sad that they're not making these craft gliders anymore. I'm hoping that I'm hoping they change their mind, I guess. Hoping the economy gets better and they change their mind so that everybody can still get an ATG glider. I always want to call it a gun, but I don't think we're supposed to say that word online, are we? I don't know. It's probably one of those code words. They're looking for me now because I said gun online. But it's actually a glider, not a gun. So I'm trying, you guys, to behave myself and say the right thing. Okay. So we've got that. Got that. This one. Let's see. I just want to... Okay, I think we're still good. Yeah, for a second there, my screen went funny and I was like, am I still live? Yeah, I am. We're good. Okay, so I feel like this one's a little higher than the others, so we're just going to bring it down a smidgen in the corner. There we go. Okay. So how's everybody doing? I went and did some scrapbooking with some friends on the weekend over at my friend Marg's condo. She rents a party room in her condo once a month and we all go scrapbook together. And I just love community, as you know. That's why I keep showing up here on Tuesdays, and I'm going to continue to do so because one of my favorite things about scrapbooking is the community. And you guys are just awesome. So I'm excited that, because that was another thing that we were kind of like looking at, do we want to continue that? Our group was getting kind of small, and I think we are. It sounds like we are going to continue, and I'm happy about that. So good times. I enjoy those monthly get-togethers, and it's only a few hours on a Saturday. It doesn't take up my whole weekend, which is what I need right now because I don't have whole weekend to give, right? So as much as I would love to have a whole weekend of crafting, that's not where I am right now. So I'm excited about still having our Saturdays. And it was good to see some of the ladies that came this week, or this month, were they hadn't been there for a while. So it was nice to see and catch up and do all of those things. And I've also decided what I'm going to be working with for the next little while. And I not 100% sure how I want to do that. Like I'm gonna have to try making a layout and see how long it takes me, because I definitely want to stick within the hour still, but sometimes I have bigger ideas than I have time. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing. It's just the way I am. I have big crafty dreams and small schedules. Silly full-time jobs getting in the way of our crafting. Huh. Right? Does everybody have plans for the Easter weekend? I'm really excited. My daughter-in-law is hosting, which I'm grateful for, because we wouldn't be hosting nothing with the state of our home right now. We tried to do a floor replacement downstairs and ended up pulling out walls. There was damage down there. So anyway, the restoration company has been here. Everything is fixed and back to, back on track. Now we have to reschedule with the flooring company to get the floor actually put in that we started with, which was all it was supposed to be, was some new floor. But I'm just grateful that they were able to fix it. So stressful when stuff like that happens and you're not, it's already a big expense to like replace something like that. So it's kind of disappointing when they drop the hammer of, oh, we can't continue until this problem is dealt with. Oh, we didn't know there was a problem. Thank you for that. Yay, call your insurance company. Oh, good. Yeah. Fun times. Real life. So anyways, my daughter-in-law is hosting Easter, which is really exciting. And she invited the whole fam jam. So it'll just be my one boy and his family this time. The other two can't come home. But I will have my grand dogs. So my middle child is leaving me with his dogs for Easter weekend, which I'm kind of excited about. I love those two little monkeys. They're so freaking cute. They were here a little bit last weekend, just for a little, like a half a day or whatever. And oh my gosh, I was like, I'm glad you're coming back because I miss you guys. They're so stinking cute. They're little long-haired dachshunds. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. And they have totally different personalities, which kills me. One of them is very calm and shy and super skittish, and she just wants to snuggle all the time. And the other one is just like, come on, are you ready? Are we gonna go play? Can you play? Is it time to play? Where's my ball? I want to go outside. Like, she's just like constantly on the go. She is hilarious. Maybe I'll take her over to my mom's. She loves my mom's bird. I think she's gonna eat it if she can, but just kidding. So there we go. So I did a photo collage on this scrap of paper, and that is going to go on my background, which is this blue geometric, and I'm just going to pop it over to the side here, and just going to line it up with the top of my page, so it's kind of like hanging down from the top, and that'll leave me a space across the bottom to build my little village down here. So I think I'm going to start with a strip of paper that's going to be, maybe I could just use one of these that's already cut. And this is from that yellow grid paper that we used before, and I think it was a background paper, and we cut it down. So it's going to be a 1/2 inch strip, kind of like a branding strip. So if these papers did have usable branding strip, it's from Next Level Content. And so that will be like my little road, I guess, where my little village is going to get built on. Alana says that her son and his babies are in town visiting from Vancouver Island. Oh, how exciting! So both boys and all the grandchildren will be egg hunting together for the first time in ages. Oh my gosh. Oh, ages 6, 3, and 1. Oh my gosh, Alana, that's going to be so fun. What fun ages for like a celebration and like an egg hunt. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. My grandson loves all things celebration. He's 7, turning 8. And he just loves any kind of celebration. It doesn't really matter what we're celebrating. He just gets excited to celebrate things. So he's super pumped for Easter. And I'm going to see if they'll let me come over to watch the kids do an egg hunt. Since I can't do one here for them because, well, there's nowhere to do anything. Lots of places to hide stuff, but I would be afraid the children would get injured. Yeah. So, okay. So, here's my little bits and pieces from that cut apart sheet. So remember, it looked like this. And instead of buying embellishments, I just fussy cut the different buildings, and I tried to get one of each, so I kind of cut a couple of rows in the center because that's where I found that they had one of each store. It was in those 2 rows in the center. And I need to first see where all of my buildings are going to fit. So I don't want to put 2 blue buildings next to each other, right? I want to have a little bit of an alternating. There we go. Something like that. That's cute. Right? So this one says it's an arcade, outdoor gear, plants, coffee shop, art store, bookshop, a bakery. So see what I mean? Like I wanted to look for one that I wanted them all to be different because they're repeated on here, see? Like if I had cut these 2 rows out, I'm not showing you on camera. If I had cut these 2 rows out, I would have 2 of these and 2 of these and 2 of these. That wouldn't have been what I wanted in my little village. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Okay, so I think I'm gonna pop these up, but first I want to decide where I want my trees because my trees are going to go in behind my buildings. So I want to know where those are going before I ink the edges of my things and put them on foam adhesive. So maybe a tree here, a tree here. 2, 3. This is the middle. Okay, so then what if we do like that? Okay, so first up, I'm going to put my trees down because I'm going to put the trees right flat to the page. So I'm going to ink those up. How are we doing for time? It's 6:30. I think I can still get done by 7 o'clock. And I'll give you a little show and tell of what I'm going to be using next month for our Create Along. And I won't be doing a live stream in May just because I won't be here. So, but we'll start up again hopefully when I get back in June because I'll have to be back at work and following a routine. So I like this routine. I like visiting with you guys. I like chatting live. I like when Alana talks to me and Ruth comes and visits me from Starbucks or from hanging out with her puppies. It's so nice to hear from you guys and to have crafty friends online, right? So Alana, you're in BC, right? And your kiddos are coming up from Vancouver, or Vancouver Island. Okay, so my youngest one just had an interview yesterday for a job in Vancouver, and I'm like, and he's the one that's still in university, so I'm like, I don't know, can you afford to live in Vancouver? I feel like no. It's so expensive. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, sorry, buddy, I don't know. I hope you're gonna make a lot of money at this job. It would be like a student position. And he applied for 4 months, but they want somebody to do 8. So I don't know if he'll get the job, but it'd be a very cool opportunity. He wouldn't be able to pass up. But yeah, living is so expensive out there. Transportation is expensive. Apartments are expensive. Even more expensive than Kelowna, where he's currently living. All right. And then, so I'm going to bring out the big old roll of foam tape, and I'm going to put dimensional adhesive on my houses. So, that on there. Or I guess they're not houses, they're shops. So yeah, this little place was so stinking cute. So you go in, like, this looks like the train station for Avonlea. Avonlea didn't actually authentically have a train station. They had to drive to Bright River. But anyway, Avonlea's like little train station. Then you walk through here. You can buy ice cream and stuff inside. And then when you come through it, you're like, it's like a cobble. There's no vehicles and stuff on these streets. It's just for walking. They have like this old train track. And then the buildings, some of the buildings are historical and some of them are not. Some of them are built specifically for the time period. Other ones were brought there, kind of like a historical village. So, yeah, kind of cool. There we go. Outdoor gear shop. And so one of the things that I really loved in there though was the Anne of Green Gables shop, where you could buy like not just like merch, but like things that were talked about in the show. So I guess that's merch, or in the book, the movie, whatever I did both. I loved all of it. Anne with an E, you name it. I want to see it. Road to Avonlea. So, good times. And so, yeah, they had like raspberry cordial and potato soap, and yeah, it was kind of cool. I loved it. Some of those things will get their own layout. Like, we also ate supper here at one of the restaurants. This, you can't really see it, but it's in this yellow house right here, and it had like East Coast deliciousness, so it was very good. Yes, Northwest BC. Okay, it is expensive. People make it work. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I do much more than March Madness. I skipped March Madness this year. I could not wrap my head around doing that. I'm just barely keeping my head above water right now. So I just really needed a creative outlet and thought you guys were the best way for me to do that, is to just go live and hang out and make a layout. And I mean, my kind of purpose was to promote our store, but with our store closing, I'm just gonna promote things that I think are important. And if I am shopping new product, I will tell you where I found it and where you can find it. If I'm shopping my stash, I'll show you what I'm working with, so that if you want to make your own kit, you can and play along with me. Probably some of them might be a combination of those things. I'm not sure. So I'm just gonna roll with it, and whatever is inspiring me at the time, that's what you guys are gonna see. So I hope that's good for people. I hope people enjoy that. I hope you still want to watch and stuff. So I think it'll be fun though. And I really do appreciate everybody who comes here and, you know, hangs out, sees the things. Whether you're watching live or like later on, I really appreciate all the comments and the like buttons and all of the things. It's awesome. So, but we will continue with Tuesday at 6 because that's what is working for my schedule right now. And then whoever has to watch later, that's cool too. We'll, but hopefully sometimes you can join me live because it's fun talking to everybody, getting to know the people. We have the crafting community is just so fun and such nice people. Like, I always feel very rejuvenated by the goodness in the crafting community. I feel like this one is a little bit too far to the left. Mirror Art Shop. Pulling stuff up. Where's my friend Paula? She likes to know when I'm pulling things up. Okay, last little guy. Should be awesome. So there we go. We have our little village across the bottom. How cute is it? I just love it. Which is perfect for our village up here. And then we're going to have our journaling. So like I said, I typed up the journaling so that it fit into a text box that I could cut down to fit into these 2 cell phone pieces that I cut out from the other side of this paper. And we're going to tuck those in. So every Tuesday forever? Well, I don't know about forever, but I mean, for the time being, yeah. I know that like sometimes I'm going to go on vacation and sometimes I'm going to be with my family. And so, I mean, there's going to be times where I won't be able to come here on Tuesday, but I'll let you guys know. And like I said, there'll be that link on Facebook too. So if you're like an avid Facebook watcher, but not an avid YouTube watcher, there should be a post in both places to know when the live stream is coming up. I thought about starting a Facebook group, but I also thought I need to not do new things right now. It's just where I'm at. I want to stick to the things that I know are working for me. So, yeah. But yes, I would like to keep coming back on Tuesdays for as long as it works. I'm going to tuck this one. So this is the bottom one, and it has like the where we were location down here. And then this one is a little bit shorter. So when I made the text box, I made it a little bit shorter this way too. I need to replace my ink pad. I can see that it's leaving ink droplets on my pages. Yikes. So the journaling says, Avonlea was the fictitious name that the author L.M. Montgomery gave to Cavendish, in addition to the original schoolhouse that she taught in, the minister's residence, and the 1872 historic Long River Church. We found replicas of houses and shops from the story of Anne of Green Gables. And then I just put where we were, Cavendish PEI. Okay, so we have photos, we have journaling, we have a cute little embellishment village down the bottom. I did grab a cloud die because I thought that might be cute, but I don't think it matches up with, I wasn't thinking about the scale. So like these are too small for this giant cloud, but maybe I could punch a cloud and put it up here-ish. So that's an idea that I had. I need to put away some of my tools because they're taking up too much space on my desk. Okay. I have my titling options. So let's pick a title for this. well, like another story page in the story because it's all about Anne of Green Gables, which is a story. Every day holds a little wonder. Little things matter most. So I might use this one too, but I might put it like in my photo collage. And then I think I'm going to go with another page in the story for my title. I know it's hard to see on camera, but it's like white writing on silver, so I think it's going to fit with my... Ooh, look at that. Look at that fit. There we go. And then this one right there. Okay. And I have no little bits left in my chipboard pieces, so that's not going to be a thing. Let's see if I have any thing here that I want to put. Quitters never win. Don't need wings, you just need guts. These don't really fit. Keep the vibe alive, but I don't like the blue on blue. Head in the game, heart in the hustle. Success is built one small win at a time, but it has books on it. Maybe. The only limit is the one you set, so break it. Never let them see you sweat. Rise, grind, and then repeat. Running on vibes and snacks. Might even be more appropriate right there. Okay. So, but I might like this color better because it matches with my trees and my phones. So, let's see what we decide about that. Okay. What else we got? Hi, Paula. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Ruth. Ruth says the border is adorable. Thank you. I love it too. And you were commenting. Were you commenting on the Create Red Deer page? Because I'm not seeing any comments over there. Like I see the comment that I posted at the top, but it's not, I don't know. This is why I'm moving over to YouTube's because I don't understand the software clearly. I'm getting it wrong every time I'm here. I don't know how to make it show up. So, and I clicked the thing that says live chat and it's still not showing up. So I don't know. It's a mystery. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming over to Paper Route. I appreciate you. And I hope that you'll keep coming back when we go over to YouTube. So we're going to go Tuesday lives on YouTube starting in April. And then we'll go until I go on vacation. We'll take a few weeks off. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys know all about that. Okay, so I'm thinking I could put these little flowery bits kind of around as like embellishment. They're kind of big for like the size of this, but they don't necessarily have to be flowers either, right? But I have 6 of them, so I could put them in 3 spots. So that might be a good idea. And I need a spot to put my date. So let me see, what do I have? Maybe I could punch a tab out of this. It's kind of light colored. It should like show up really nicely with a stamp on it. Or you know what I could do is just grab a piece of, where's my scraps? Scraps from cutting down my, what are these called? Journaling cards. I could put a date on one of those and then just tuck it somewhere. So let's see, I did preset my date stamp and Paula caught me lifting something up. Yeah, I did. I did. It's true. Busted. So this was in August of 2022. So I'm just gonna take that little bit and so just a little scrap of white, and we're just gonna tuck that in under here. And that's gonna be my little date spot. Need to glue it though. I'm just expecting it to stick there like it's magic or something. I'm not sure what I was doing. Sorry, I know the top of my layout's not in the screen right now, but sometimes my eyes don't like to see things too close or too far away. They're very picky. Okay, so we have that. We have these little things. Let's see. I'm just gonna, I don't know if I want to ink them. They're kind of cute just the way they are. So maybe I'll just grab some white glue and give them little homes here. So just a couple of little white. They're kind of like flowers or crosses. I don't know. Could be anything really. Whatever you want to call them. When we were in Ireland, we kept seeing these. They were a form of lily, but not one I'd ever seen before. But they looked like eggs from afar away. And I was always like, look, those egg flowers. My husband's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, don't you see them? They look like eggs. And then he's like, now I can't unsee the egg flowers. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with the green because we have the green in the trees, and then we have the green on the journaling squares, and then to put another thing of green up here just makes sense. And then we'll put these on this side. Okay. So I guess I need to do that next. Put my little badge piece up there. So yeah, next week you can find me over on YouTube. I will have some links available on Facebook so that you can come and find me. And don't forget to go shop what's left in the store. There's lots there. Hours are limited, so your time is limited to get in there and get the things. But big proponent of buying especially like white cardstock and adhesive and things that you know you're gonna use, right? And of course all the fun stuff. Don't forget all the fun stuff. If you like pre-made kits, buy one get one free. Pretty good deal if you ask me. Oh my gosh, my fingers, I'm telling you. All right, here we go. That's what happens to me at the end of the day, you guys. I get shaky hands. Okay, too much typing. Where did my enamel shapes go? Here we go. So this is my layout so far. I am going to ink around the outside edge. Maybe I can do that before I put these things on here. So just going to ink around the edges of the page because I didn't do that when we started. It's a little bit more cohesive when you have things on the edge of your page to do it at the end. Okay, there we go. So what do I want with these? I think I want a heart in each cluster. So let's see, what color do I want? Let's start with a, I know everybody thinks it's weird, but I do love a black heart. Not everybody thinks that those are usable pieces, but I do. I think they're awesome. And just because black looks nice aesthetically, and I don't know, works for me. And then this little like orangey kind of one, peach colored, I guess. And one more. Should we go with the turquoise? Put it over here. And then I think I'm going to do some little dots. So let's do Right down. I kind of want it at the beginning, but then I want it opposite that. So it's going to go at the end. Changed my mind. Here we go. Big. Medium. That color's not even in this layout. Take it off. I don't like it. Stop. Okay, let's try again. Big. Medium. And small one. Okay, and then the same thing over here. We're gonna do a big one, a medium one, a smaller one, and then we'll do some up here too. We'll put, let's see, what can I, just trying to decide how I want to put them on there, but let's just roll with it. We'll do a big one here, and then a little one. Too close. Too close to the same color as the background, but we could go with green. There we go. So we have 3 enamel dots in each one. There we go. This is our final layout with the Legendary Collection. I am so glad you guys all came out to hang out with me again tonight, and I hope that you will keep watching on YouTube. You can join me there on Tuesday next week. Before I go, I'll show you what I'm going to be working with next week, okay? So, I haven't had a ton of planning time, but I have something sitting on my desk that I'm like kind of inspired to use. So I think that's what I'm going to go ahead with. And I know that everybody will have this in their space in one way or another. So what I'm going to be working with, it's buried under my, hang on. I have to move my Legendary stuff out. I apparently stacked it right on top of there. I'm gonna lose stuff. Okay, so I have this sitting on my table beside me, and it is scraps, essentially. So I'll show you kind of what not this. Sorry. This is so cute. Okay, my grandson brought me this because he wants me to make a scrapbook page with it. Isn't that so cute? I just freaking love that kid. So he got all these signatures from the Black Falls Bulldogs. So he wants me to scrapbook it because he was really excited about it. So sweet. So I actually, you know what? I'll show you. I got at Create. I knocked down my stuff. So I don't have a lot of hockey stuff because we're not really a hockey family, but he loves watching hockey. So maybe I'll have to get some more. But I grabbed a hockey sheet of paper from the open stock and then this little Simple Pages hockey set. So I thought that would make a cute layout for him with his little signature thing. Anyway, that has nothing to do with what I was talking about. I was distracted. Thank you, Joanne. Joanne says, love the finished product. Thank you. Yeah, I'll show it again before we turn off the camera. Okay, so essentially what I have here is like my leftovers from all of my Vicki Boutin classes. So I love my Vicki Boutin, as you know. And I'm not saying that you need to have Vicki Boutin stuff. I'm saying you need scraps. So this is the kind of thing that I want to do. So this is a layout made mostly from scraps. They're like 1 by 2 inches. I cut them to be the same size. Some of them were a little longer, some were a little wider. And so I cut them down and I made a background with it. And I really, really love this. And this is what's inspiring me right now, is to take scraps and make things with them. So I know that these collections kind of all sort of coordinate with each other, even though they're not exact. So I feel like it's close enough that I can make it work for like making new layouts. So this is the kind of idea that I have. So what I did was I took all of my scraps from all of my Vicky collections and I combined them. Okay, so I started out, everything was just in this bag first. So I pulled everything from all the collections, stuffed it in this bag. It was like bulging. And then I took everything that was smaller than like a 3x4 square and sorted it into these trays. I also had some pieces that are they're from scrap paper. So like I had a scrap of butterfly paper that I had started fussy cutting and then didn't finish. So I fussy cut the rest of those butterflies and I popped them in here. I had these from, you might remember a layout that we did where we did like a quilting thing and I had cut these out, all these squares out. If you came to one of my, I think we did a layout online with this too, but we had punched all these circles from the Bold and Bright collection, and I did make and take at the store with them during a crop. So I have a lot of those left over. I have like these diamond pieces. I don't know if you watched that layout where we made a rainbow diamond kind of quilt pattern. And then I did a bunch of these where I like lined up some of the branding strips and then on just like white paper, and then I die cut them into hexagons. So I have a bunch of those. So I threw those in with the scraps too. And then from the fussy cut pages, like this one and this one and this one and this butterfly one. So on those fussy cut pages, I punched what was left over into these heart shapes, or the smaller heart shapes in some cases. So these sizes. Same with where I did the hexagons. I also die cut some hearts out of those branding strip pieces. So this is the kind of thing that we're going to be working with. Okay, so these kind of ideas, like see all these tiny little 1x1 squares? I have an idea for those. So if you have something like this that's like a scrap box or a scrap drawer, or I have like a file folder of scraps, okay? So just organize them into something that works for you. It can be, I have a tray, but it doesn't have to be a tray. It could be on top of a piece of paper. It could be on top of your desk. It could be go empty your cupboard of bowls and use all the bowls. I don't know. Whatever works for you, whatever you have on hand. You don't have to buy anything to follow along with this one. So these are all like narrow scraps and medium narrow, and then anything that would be like a 3x4 or 4x4 kind of idea over here, and then tinier bits over here. These are the ones, this is kind of the area where I found all the things I wanted for this one. So I just kept putting pink ones on until I had enough to go across. Then I kept putting yellow and orange across until I had enough to go across, right? And then from this pack over here, I found a piece that was big enough to be a photo mat. And then from this, I found a branding strip. Okay, so that's kind of the idea that I want to go with. And that's what's inspiring me right now. So I have that, I have this, everything that's kind of too big to fit in here. So anything that's 12 inches long went into here, except for the branding strips. They're in a separate thing. And then anything that was not quite 12, but bigger than a 3x4 card went into this little pile. So yeah, so this is all 12-inch length scraps. So that's how I organized it, okay? You don't have to organize them if you don't want to. You'll be able to figure it out just from whatever. That's just how my brain works. And also, if I'm going to do it live, I need to have a little bit of organization. I also have all of these beautiful, like transparency scraps from her collections. And then this piece of vellum that's really pretty. And then I also pulled from the packaging of the things that were empty, like if I emptied a stamp pack, you know, not stamp, die cut pack, or you know, ephemera pack or whatever, finished a sticker sheet, the back packaging thing from it went into my scrap bin because I feel like she makes the effort to put the pattern on there and I can use it, right? So that's another thing. That's just my own personal preference. Not everybody's going to want to keep the packaging from their die cut backs, but I did. So that's in my scrap bin as well. And then here I separated my branding strips. So you can separate them however you want, however works for you. I used like hair ties, like these little hair elastics, you know, that you get at, I got them at the dollar store, Dollarama, I think. And I just wrapped them around there to hold them together. So these are all the ones that are full with no hole in the middle. These are all the 6-inch ones that have the hole in the middle. These are all the 12-inch ones that have the hole in the middle. And then since I, you know, did this organization, I've cut 2 more. Oh, it was for this. It was for, I think one of them was right off of this piece of paper right here. So yeah, so I add that. So, oh, thank you, Paula. Yeah, I'm glad that you like that idea. Alana says it's a beautiful design. Thank you. Yes. Okay, so yeah, I think that if you love simple stories, you're going to have a pack like this of simple stories collections. If you love, oh, what's it called? 49 in Market, you're going to have a bunch of leftover 49 in Market. If you're a Minte fan, you're going to have Minte leftover. Those, if you love Doodlebug, you probably have some Doodlebug stuff, scraps. A lot of those manufacturers, the stuff can be combined, right? If you love Close to My Heart, you probably have leftover Close to My Heart stuff. So I would really love to use some of this and to show you how I'm going to use it and give you ideas on how to use yours. I hope that'll inspire you, and I hope it'll bring you back to watch some viewing. And then, yeah, after we do some of these, so this will be for the month of April and probably into May, because I'm not going to start anything new before I leave for Europe on May 5th. May 5th, which is a Tuesday, so I won't be here in May. Never mind. But maybe towards the end of May. I don't know. We'll see. And then, yeah, so it should be super cool and fun. And we will make more creative fun together. So if you want to put together a kit of scraps and join me, I would absolutely love that. So I also would love to see what you make. So don't be shy and share with me on Facebook Messenger if you want, or post to my page if you want. You can post in the comments of my layouts to show what you've made. I love to see it. So, okay. If anybody doesn't have any questions, we can wrap up for tonight. And this is our final legendary layout. I hope you like it. I think it turned out super cute. I love the little village at the bottom and how it reflects my story about the village of Avonlea. So thanks again for coming tonight, you guys. And thanks for chatting. Honestly, I love hanging out with you guys on Tuesdays. So I'm looking forward to doing that some more. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye for now.